We just watched King of the Ring at one of the WWE PLEs. That stands for Premium Live Events. And now we're hanging out in the podcast studio. Chris True, Gabe Shaffer, and you know him, you love him all the way from Columbus, Ohio. BEEGATS is in the building. BEEGATS, welcome back to the show.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Our first ever two-time guest, Gabe.
Correct.
Our first ever two-time guest.
Oh,
Pretty special.
yeah.
Pretty special. BEEGATS is in town, just exploring New Orleans.
Well, I'm here working on a book and then lining up the show, figuring out what we're doing for the show. I'm in Dirty Linen next month.
That's right. Okay, well, we'll talk about Dirty Linen Night. We'll talk about the show. We'll talk about the wrestling that we just saw. Talk about parallels between wrestling and art, like we enjoy doing. And shame on me for the people watching on YouTube or on Instagram. I did not even mention the dog in the shot. Right?
Yeah.
You want to be the outers?
Yeah, this is Mr. Butch. Oh, hey, Butch.
Big
Okay.
Butch.
Yeah, Big Butch is wanting to say something.
The big dog's now.
Yeah. Missing a tooth, but he's got everything else.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
How old is Butch?
Butch is 11.
Oh my gosh. All right. Is Butcher is Butch like where does Butch stand in like the championships of dogs for you?
No, I can't talk about that.
You understand crying. Yeah. Let's keep that moving.
Yeah. Every era's got a great, you know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
true. Every era has a great.
Yeah, Butch is great. She certainly is great. Yeah, Butch is also an incredible supporting character too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Butch in his supporting character era right now?
He's back to it, I'd say again, because Van won't let anyone else breathe other than, her era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he was also Boo's sidekick as well.
Boo, who I never met Boo, but I've seen Boo on the side of buildings, murals of
She was a
views.
sweetheart.
Yeah. So you have known Gabe for a really long time, but yes.
Well, it's hard to say we've been friends for 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that long.
Yeah, 2020.
I met him probably 10 years ago. He was a prick, but yeah. It's been my rookie since.
I've been a prick longer in 10 years.
Oh, I believe.
What was meeting Gabe like?
Bro, it was, I had snuck in the back of Scope through the fence and, I was introduced to him and the motherfucker was like, why the fuck are you in my Scope booth? You buy art and
It was me and Nick.
I just kept it pushing, bro. I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, me and Nick were hanging out and kind of partying, and
But at the time, it was the first big art thing I'd ever been to. So I was already like so mind fucked by what was happening. And like, I took it as a grain of salt. I didn't like, if it had been at a bar, I might have been offended, but I did.
But you're on his turf.
Yeah, exactly. Man. I'm in his theater of war. And then after showing there the first time, it made all the sense in the world, man. Like you're gladiators in the Coliseum at that motherfucker. So it's like, more power to him. I don't want a fucking goody ass fuck away from me too. You go scare the goddamn collectors away.
You're talking about Scope, which, as we've covered many times in this podcast, it's like art WrestleMania. It's definitely the main event of the Mortal Machine year for many galleries. It's the main event.
yeah, it's a competitive event that we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's our BEEGATS. This is the third time I've seen you. Of course, the first time you came to town and you did the podcast, learned a lot about you, hoping to learn more on today's episode. But I also saw you in Scope, and I'm seeing you again right now.
You killed that shit too. I got to see you on stage, and that shit was tight.
That's right, you came to the show.
I did. I saw
You
took
did.
some pictures of y'all doing your damn thing. I'm gonna come see you in tomorrow,
I can't wait to see the pictures.
and I'll take more than two.
And tell you what, I'm not going to kick you out.
Man, well, I'm gonna kick myself out. No, I'm gonna enjoy that. I had a blast last time.
Yeah, the show is a ton of fun, and I love having someone with your skill set capturing the show. It's a very photogenic show.
It is. And in the venue is a very fun venue.
Yeah, so what makes it so, from the perspective of a badass who's on it for, what kind of venue do you think is most likely to produce great?
Anything with character.
And what gives a venue character?
It's a lot of the vibe that you have there, but also it's like that shit looks like something that I could have seen during fucking Prohibition. You know what I mean? Like it's aged. It has that lived in character. But I feel like everything in New Orleans kind of has that vibe to it.
New Orleans is a leg up on many other places in this world.
First photos, we're talking about that. I saw them in the little homie blog at the gallery right before we did this about how photogenic the entire city is.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Like, you know what I mean? Like last time I was on you, like you asked me what it took for me to go get photos, and I was like, I just walk. I don't know. I see shit. You know what I mean? I don't have like a set list, a shot list in my head. It's just they see, and also here, just the cool shit seems to find me.
Yeah, well, that's because of you. I mean, that's your energy matched up with the energy of the city.
Yeah, and I try to explain this to people about coming down here because I've heard people try to like talk about how much fun they didn't have, and I'm like, well, we just like polite to people, like if you coming down with some attitude or like trying to force things or force your way upon this city, she gonna get fucking rid of you real quick.
Yeah. I know Gabe has a lot to say about this too, but New Orleans needs to be treated in a certain way. It's not like one specific way. It's not one size fits all, but you got to figure out how she wants to deal with you.
And I think she is the best way to put it.
100%.
She's a lady, you know. It's like any lady. She gonna be in good moods and bad moods. It's just you gotta know how to treat her. You know what I mean? Like, but trying to force your way upon a lady, the quickest way to lose the lady, right?
Yeah, what you chase runs away.
Man, what you been reading that Robert Greene?
You know I have. I have. Gabe, what are your thoughts on the proper way to treat New Orleans?
I mean, I think that she appreciates, first of all, consistent ritual, but it's like tributes. So, you know, I think that most people that I know in New Orleans, whether they're consciously aware that they're doing it or not, have at least one altar in their home. And in some cases, like me, I've got like 5 or 6 or 7 altars.
You got several altars. I was just hanging out next to one when we were watching wrestling. Your
Yeah.
altar over there has, if you don't mind me blowing up your spot, your altar has basketball,
Yeah.
pro wrestling, comic books, candles, some toys. It's a little boy's dream altar.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That altar is specifically geared towards things that are of that nature in my family. There's a lot of items that like my family have given me. And that particular altar that you're talking about there. And then I've got my ancestor altar. It's in my bedroom.
Let's put a coin on it.
Yeah. And then I put, a lot of like, I also like to keep flowers, you'll notice around.
Yeah.
Because I think that flowers bring consistent, like sort of like tone. It's setting a tone that's positive, and that's that also sort of appreciates the nature of beauty, appreciates the nature of a life cycle. Because obviously a flower is going to wither and die and dry in front of you. But then I also, because I live at a crossroads, whenever the flowers have fully reached the end of their cycle, I'll let them sit outside, usually on the table until they're like completely dried. And then I'll remove them from the stems and I'll throw them down to the intersection as an offering to the intersection.
I throw my change there. That's how I change. I throw my change in the King's Cross.
So like offerings to the crossroads are good.
Or if somebody asks for a cigarette, they get one here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Offerings.
when people are littering and stuff, I saw someone throw it's just a banana outside their window. You think to them that if you can offer it, or are they just throwing it now?
I think not being, hey, if that's, I don't know, man, depends if they're Tarzan. I don't know. It's a good question, buddy. Or Donkey Kong, but, no, not exactly. I think intention is key. And then also the fact that it's a flower. So, showing specific, obviously I think like there are specifics that are recognized. But yeah, I think altars, I think, what do you call it? Offerings. And then recognizing moments where the city and from day to day gives you an experience or an interaction with a person or with several people throughout a day where I'll be like, okay, this is one of those like moments where I am supposed to kind of be open for a second to communicating with whatever the circumstance is. Like I'm
fully present.
Yeah. Like for example, the other night when I looked down from my balcony, it was time for me to go to bed and I see this kid. It's like there's a stool that he has set up in front of the gallery. He's sitting slumped in front of the gallery. I see a can of paint sitting next to him with a paintbrush sitting on top of it. I'm like, all right, what kind of bullshit am I walking on?
That's a little scary.
And I'm used to this all the time.
He's like, you won't look at my art submissions. I'm about to paint on the side of your building.
Yeah, no, he looked kind of like a big, but like younger, kind of like lower D, kind of crust, not fully crusty, but definitely dirty, kind of like lower D punk.
The edges were singed.
Yeah.
That's a very kind way of putting it, BEEGATS. The edges were singed.
He was younger. You could tell he's like in his like 20s or 30s. And I always now used to be I've learned all about approach. So, you know, typically whenever I'm in a situation like this, the first words that come out of my mouth is, do you need any help? Is what I ask people now. And instead of being like, what the fuck are you doing? Or hey, what kind of bullshit are you getting into?
Yeah, you're taking the teeth out of the confrontation and you're like opening.
I save the teeth for when it's time to bring the teeth out.
I think it's ultimately a smart move.
So, and it disarms them at first. So, you know, I was like, hey, are you okay? And the guy looks up at me. I was like, I'm just checking on you. I was like, cause you know, you're sitting in front of my gallery there and I'm just like, you know, seeing how you're doing. And the guy kind of is like mumbling, talking to himself. Now you're talking about how he had his guitar stolen from him and he can't play for money on the street, yada, yada, yada. So I'm getting the whole sales pitch. But then at that point, I'm like, well, would you like bottled water? And so I go and I get him bottled water and offer it to him, ask his name. He tells me his name. I tell him my name. Just brief chat. He asked me for a cigarette. No cigarette. I'm 50. Asked me for money. I'm like, nah, I own my own business, bro. I'm not giving anybody just like any money anymore.
Unless you want to buy a print.
Yeah.
Or a BEEGATS photo.
But it wasn't like hostile. And so he grabs his stuff, grabs the can of paint, wanders down the street, and I just wish him luck. So I think the city kind of taught me that, like, as far as, and it's not to say that I'm not going to get into some confrontation on bullshit because I do all the time.
Oh,
but
no.
It's just like more like trying to find these moments where I can try to be kind, even though I have to like be hard edged a lot.
Yeah.
I really am the most.
But not just for New Orleans, but for your soul too.
Yeah. Or that one when I was walking home from the restaurant a few weeks ago and came upon that choir that was in Jackson Square and they were singing Pussy Riot.
Yeah.
And the song they were singing, like, it just brought tears to my eyes to listen to them sing.
There's a lot to be said to be fully present and open yourself up to the emotion of a moment.
The city does that for you.
It forces you to.
Yeah. And if you don't, then she slacks you in the face.
Yeah, man. Like it's a real thing I've seen. I had a dude I used to be friends with leave this place screaming. that first show I did that.
What do you mean screaming?
He
had a bad time.
Bless his heart.
He had a bad time. That's one of the most fascinating things about New Orleans is like the people who don't like it are very loud about not liking it. And the opposite is also true. You know, if you love it, you're very loud and very proud of your love of how the city has accepted you. Or
I sing this place's praises everywhere I go.
Yeah, it's a special place.
Well, and also like, I mean, dude, I came here for the first time on the tail end of a hurricane on a full moon on Halloween. And that trip.
Sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
It was a blood moon.
Or a romantic
comedy. Blood moon. Yeah. And then that was when that night when me and Gabe became friends. I won't get into all that just because it's not necessarily PG-13, but the next day after that interaction, he pulled me aside and told me how I reminded him of Lowbrow and he wanted to work with me. And before that, anytime I would like step to a gallery, like they would just look at me and just be like scared of me. You know what I mean? And he's the first dude that gave me a shot. But if I never would have got on that plane and never came down here, I don't think my life trajectory would have happened the same way as it has in my career path, right? And I really do thank New Orleans for those doors being open for me, right? And I mean, fuck, at this point, how many years have we been showing the scopes? It's 21. fucking, this will be our 5th one.
Mortal first year was 2019.
I'm saying it would be there. Well,
Yeah, you were
was after.
2021 was your first year.
Yeah, it was right after.
Yeah, the year of the Goonies.
Yeah, when they skipped the year, right? But, no.
And Elza, that was Elza's first year.
Yeah, and then we had a showcase in London, right? That took out from it. That fucking palace. It's just like all those things happened from me meandering my way to the Crescent City, man.
Yeah. So you are originally, well, not originally from Columbus, are you?
No, I'm originally from a fucked up fucking shithole town, about 30 minutes outside Cleveland.
Okay.
I grew up in Northwich there, and yeah. So
Youngstown.
no, it's advanced though, but it's
Oh,
a
man,
it's a
that's-
fuckhole. Yeah, the how to form the Twitter was there, but I mean, I grew up there going just in group homes and foster homes and all the fuck shit, and so. Yeah, but I've been spent a lot of time in Cleveland, a lot of time in Columbus.
Okay, so are you, right, Ed? Like,
Yeah.
I met,
yeah, both.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
Columbus.
met him when I was 16, but I don't
remember.
Okay.
like neither of us do, but like we were in the same house, like there was a house and we were all kicking it all the time.
Lost Boys.
But at this point in my life, I was 16. I wouldn't say I'm homeless because I had a room, but that I should have probably been paying on that I was paying on, but I just skateboarded and did drugs all day long. So it's like that type of that and in fights. And so that time frame in my head it's really blurry.
So when it comes to Columbus as a place to live, I'm curious about.
Don't. No.
Like what?
No.
So you guys are entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I stay there now because my lady is like going to nursing school. And she's in the thick of it. Or I would not be there. Like I've been arrested 30 times in that motherfucker.
20, 30 times?
That's probably close to the 30, yeah.
Wow.
But I got my first felony when I was 12 years old, man. But like now. But the thing is that like I've been in so much trouble that the cops don't play because I don't really even go out. It's not like but I don't find anything photogenic about the place. I feel like it's a time where somebody does something even like remotely like cool, then they just talk about that cool thing they did for the next 10 fucking years. And
they don't do new stuff?
Yeah. They just hit a high and then motherfucker, then they're all just motherfucking off re-going.
So there's nothing good about Columbus, yeah.
I can say that. There are some cool people there. I'm not going to show them the entire place.
Okay. Well, I want to hear from Gabe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know is the answer anymore.
I mean,
Because it's been, like he's there, but like I haven't experienced the last time I experienced Columbus was when my father passed away. That was 2012. That experience was in line with my previous experiences, which were not good. But I would say that like the most truly criminal part of my life was spending Columbus. As far as like doing really dumb shit because I didn't have any hope. I think it was like right when my parents were getting divorced, and I just went out wild with a bunch of other boys my age. And then I had to leave the city because I got like robbed at gunpoint. That freaked me out. So I ended up going and living on the farm with my mom right after that. But I dated a girl that was named after a lyric from Hotel California. And her.
Wait, can we guess the lyric?
Sure.
Living it up?
No.
I think it's the only lyric I know from Hotel California.
Yeah.
I'm literally racking my brain. Thinking out the song is.
Her mind is Tiffany Twisted.
Oh, okay.
She got that Mercedes Benz, She got a lot of pretty boys that she calls friends.
His name was a pretty boy.
Whatever name was Tiffany. Yeah, she was she had a rough. She came from a rough place too. It's like her parents taught her how to shoplift, but her stepdad was like a sheriff of the Perry Township Police Department.
Yeah.
Typical Columbus shit.
Oh, the only thing. So just to talk about the city, right? Like, I don't really feel like Columbus has any soul to it. Like, there's no old architecture. Like, you go to Cleveland, man, and like there's still like the Rockefeller buildings. Like, architecture site. In Columbus, everything is like cookie cutter and IKEA. And it's like the second that something's not in use, they tear it down and build up something even uglier. And so it's just like there's not a lot of soul. And but then it's just an awesome, cool cast there. And there are some homies that do stuff. But
I will give it this. For the time that I lived there, that was like 94, 95, around there was when I spent my time there. I would say that some of the best concerts of my life I experienced there, because that was a time when the shows were a lot more, that the behavior was a lot more illegal at the shows. And it was what's the one on High Street there called? Bro, we were like a few
the Newport's fire.
it's like a few hours down from the Newport, from that house.
I was like 16 there. So my
That was probably
That's
one of
like
my
more than-
favorite summers for sure. Because that house he was talking about where he was 16, it was like, I was living there that summer. It was me and a whole bunch of dudes that were basically skaters and
straight drug dealers,
my fucking kids.
rob,
All the same age, like 18, 17, 19, 20, 21. All just
and
getting
now sorry on the far end of the spectrum on the young ones.
yeah, we got
There were many
crazy
people my
shit.
age around.
So a lot of fun, man. Beastie Boys concerts and having rides at Beastie Boys concerts, like really good times as far as I think that stuff is concerned. Large amounts of different types of drugs that there's no way I would ever dare put all those things in my body. That at the same time.
Right. So when I think about Columbus, I think the way that y'all are describing it is like it's like it's got a little bit of character, no soul, but there's stuff to do, but not a lot. When I think about Columbus, I think about a massive college there that is like so big that it's like part of the branding of the city.
That's it. That's like that's what the guy.
And that's true, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 100%. But like when I was, I'll say it. When I was in my 20s, let's say my trunk was full of drugs, I would put on an OSU jersey and OSU hat, and I'm not gonna hassle by cops.
Wow.
Right?
What
So
would
it's
happen
like-
today if you wore a Columbus Blue Jackets jersey?
Well, I mean,
One of the strangest
I'd
places for a hockey team.
yeah, but I mean the new logo's pretty cool with can, but it's like it's an ugly blue, so I would wear it. But I mean, I'm sure you'd be fine. But it's the OSU thing, and I think with a lot of people there, that's what they got, and that's like what they wrap their personality around,
Yeah.
right? Like
Well, that happens all the time, right? Like just down the road from us here in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, LSU takes over.
right.
But it's like, but to me, Baton Rouge, I like Baton Rouge as a college town. I think it's a great college town because I don't think it's trying to do anything besides being that.
Right.
They're like, we're in this lane, we're going to do this. And maybe is it fair to say that Columbus is weird because they're trying to do more than just that?
No, I don't even know if that's just.
Columbus is very much actualizing itself for what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's just there are some very good spots there, but it's not the same as Cleveland, and it's where you go if you want to. If you want to raise a family, I guess it's just not. I don't know. It's in my body.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we're not trying to raise
We're
families.
really good at setting couches on fire.
Okay, so if you want to set couches on fire,
No, I'm not gonna lie. They're really good.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I've seen the most
I've
couches.
seen riots in the streets with tear
Yeah, I've
gas.
seen a lot of riots in Columbus.
what, you mean couches that people don't want anymore?
Oh, no. So like couches will just be sitting outside because you got all these like frat douches out there, and then septics, and then like if OSU loses,
They go crazy.
man, grown men will cry and like couches.
Yeah.
I've never been a sports student, man. Like I'm not really into teams, and it's like not that I don't respect it and shit. It's just I don't think fucking I don't need to belong to a group that bad.
Sure.
And I also like I live my life, so it's like I'm not really paying attention to what other grown men do that has nothing to do. And then when it comes to college shit, it's like, well, what the fuck do I care what some fucking kids doing? You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I'm definitely not gonna fucking schedule my life around sitting down at a TV to fucking do anything. So it's like,
Shit, said much night.
yeah. That's not different, man. But even that, bro, like I really, like, if I'm around anything, I'll get into it in the sorry about that.
Yeah.
But like, dog, like, nah, like I'm gonna read a book, man. So
No, I get it. And yes, Gabe, don't worry. You will get 10 out of champions. That's WWE might be
I get excited about
yeah, baseline. I'm not the biggest fan of Columbus. You can wrap that part.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I love talking about cities and cities.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's not this. No.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Well, nothing is.
I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, nothing is like New Orleans in my experience.
Nothing is New Orleans. Okay, and you have one more question about these couches lit on fire, though. Do we think that couches being lit on fire is so synonymous with Columbus that it could ever be on a license plate?
Man, I'm
Like home on couches?
dumpsters and couches on fire is totally be the mascot of Columbus.
I was thinking that.
You know what I mean? Like you know, it's like
Bird.
yeah.
The state burning its house on fire.
Yeah, like you know how like fucking Jonah Art's like the site here, the burning couch is the saying of
That'd be
Columbus.
great.
You know what I mean?
We will we'll make sure to clip this out and send it to the city of Columbus social media and see if they want to repost it.
I know the first of this house is cool, but like the thing is, this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm there because fucking my lady and my cats are there. So
Okay, well, we talked earlier in this episode about getting kicked out of places. I want to go in the circle and I want to hear your favorite getting kicked out of a place story. Gabe, what you got?
no.
Have you ever been kicked out of somewhere?
I mean, that's too. I've been 86 from every bar. That's too fun because you know what I mean for fighting. So it's like I don't know if I have a favorite story, but it's just it was too repetitive.
Okay, yeah, it's happened too many times. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yes. Favorite would be in the middle of a concert. I was on stage and started a fight and got kicked out of the bar for starting the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my story isn't crazy compelling. I was at a strip club on Bourbon Street long time ago, and saw a door that was open, so I went through the door. And then I saw the door that was open. It was like a little alleyway. Alleyways common in New Orleans, especially in the French Quarter. And I realized that I got locked into the alley. I was like stuck between two locked doors. And I had a moment of panic. And then a gigantic bouncer came out from around the corner and he said, you gotta go. You gotta keep going. And I felt like I stepped into another dimension very briefly.
Wow.
But then I
went through a portal.
I went through a portal. My life could have been completely different if I would have stayed in the alley.
And you would have been lying, what's in the wardrobe, right?
I would have become a quarter rat. I mean, I still became a quarter rat.
I was about to say.
But I could have become a quarter rat. All right, Gabe, I know you've been dying to talk about the wrestling you just watched. Gabe's playing it cool over there.
Subpar.
Sun Park.
RPLE.
So listen, I want to talk about what we just saw, but I also want to make this, I still want to make this relevant for the people who don't watch wrestling or the people who are catching this, days after the event.
Because everyone knows how concerned I am with the Audis.
Well, that's my just game. That's my job. My job is to be concerned with the audience. But we did just witness something that I think is, we can make relevant. And it was a character development. It was basically Sami Zayn just won the World Heavyweight, the WWE Championship. He won the biggest belt there is. A wrestler that Gabe hates, but a wrestler who has not ever been world champion, and he's been around for a very long time.
Good for him.
And so it's a hero's journey, even though the hero is not universally liked, but is universally somewhat respected. And I think that's a compelling thing in storytelling. It's like you don't like Sami Zayn as a wrestler, but you thought that moment was cool.
Well, here's the thing, right? You don't have to like something to respect it. And like the thing is like we were talking about art being like I was telling you I think the art of it is like wrestling. Dude, like you don't really get to have an opinion on it if you're not in it. Like so you can have an opinion to a point, but your opinion is just like how everyone's got one. Anyways, like assholes, right? Everybody
Yes.
and most of them stink. So it's like
I would say all buttholes stink.
but yeah, so
Okay.
I'm sure all those girls' buttholes stink after that fucking all that spandex they were wearing, all that fucking all that pleather. sweating out in
We had buttholes be smelling.
Yeah, so the event was in
It looks sweaty.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
And the
So
women had to be fully clothed.
it had to be fully clothed, which you hate to
Like
see.
numerous layers in case they caught a glimpse of anything resembling flesh.
It's really tricky, and I mean also weave this into like, the greater art world because I mean they basically are taking they're getting a ton of money to do these shows in a place that has really sketchy laws and viewpoints on
You've done a lot of fucked up shit.
and a lot of really bad things.
Talking about America right now, right?
Real column A, real column B.
Yeah, what's worse, America or Saudi Arabia right now?
Uh,
Well, I ain't gonna get beheaded for fucking something here.
yeah.
Not yet.
Well, I'll say that.
Don't talk about the fountain. They might cut your head off.
Yeah, man. I mean, wrestling is totally like art, dog. It's like, you know, you got characters. And like, I mean,
Characters, pomp and circumstance.
you got people fucking doing their fucking creating a fucking a hero's journey that may or may not even be based in reality.
I mean, Sami Zayn's playing the whole. They're doing the whole like lovable loser number with him, and lovable loser is a great song and dance. My issue with Sami Zayn is that it's like, all right, well, I guess any half baked, out of shape schlub can chant, but because he acts all hyperactive every once in a while in the ring, has that one really cool kick. But like other than that, like I get it because you have to change your rhythm of things, you know, the joy of the surprise. But I would never in my wildest dreams compare Sami Zayn to somebody like Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan was also this like unlikely hero that ended up having these incredible victories. Well, Daniel Bryan actually is an awesome wrestler. And I think that Sami Zayn is lazy as shit. So that's the difference, is I am offended by laziness. Like it's a problem that I have. And I've had a lot of my friends, a lot of people over the years tell me that it's actually okay for people to be relaxed and enjoy themselves in the world just because I don't. But, you know, I will see somebody in a certain profession, I'll be like, look at that motherfucker. But I won't tell them I'm seeing that, you know.
You got opinions.
I do, but and so when it comes to pro wrestling and like championship shit, and this dude's in the ring with Cody Rhodes and Gunther. You know what I mean? So yes, I see why the dynamic works in letting a low level loser win amongst these two dudes, but it's still kind of like, all right, that's cute. This will last for a few days and we'll get back to a real.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's all it is, right? It's like, it's still,
Yeah.
It's not David and Goliath.
no, that was just episode.
Yeah, it's not quite David Goliath, and it is like you want to pop the crowd, you want to make a memorable moment, you want to cash in on the goodwill that you've built up with a certain character, and the question now is what happens next. I mean, this is similar, and there's so many things in like entertainment, arts entertainment that's like this, right? Where it's like someone.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Somebody gonna mop the floor of Sami Zayn's face. That's like, it's just a question of who.
Sure.
We're going to that thought. We're not to that. So,
Well, it's like this idea that like it's almost like everyone gets their 15 minutes of fame. It's similar to that. It's in that neighborhood, you know, where it's like everyone's going to have their moments, and for some people it comes really early, and then it becomes problematic because it was too early. They got too used to it.
or if it came too easy. That's the thing I see a lot.
That's
like,
great.
Where people get dropped off on the top of the mountain and they didn't claw their way up there. And then once they like little runs over and they just become just another guy doing it, they become miserable because they think they deserve to be treated a different way. And they cry about shit and they do all this other bullshit. But like they didn't claw their way up the mountain, so they don't know how to get back to the top. And but I feel like it's like that whole shit, right? It's like if you want to earn it and be like that, like if something's given to somebody, I don't have the most respect for it. So it's like, but if anybody works hard for anything, then you at least have to give them the credit for that. And the thing about like wrestling, man, like that shit, like motherfuckers can say it's fake, but it's a fucking hard road, dude. Like then they start hitting their 40s, they're popping paintballs the fuck out of bed. But they did it. And so it's like for somebody like that, even if nobody likes him hitting the belt, man, at least like you'll have that one moment where all the work that he put into it culminated to that moment, and he didn't want to be able to take that moment away from him.
And
He's the biggest favorite in the Middle East too.
correct. They
I
love
think
him.
he's the same. They love him.
Well, and it's like all those docs we were watching from that one of those times, obviously, I think it was around the Super Bowl. And they're talking about just that type of shit. You know what I mean? It's like wrestling and art, right? It's like you go with the crowd figures. Like so, like you read the crowd and you generate heat and the match may have been scripted one way at the beginning, but in the moment you have to be able to do a 180 and pivot to match the crowd's response. So you leave the fans not pissed at the money they spent, right?
Right. And you also want to keep the audience guessing. I think in any art form, like, I teach improv classes, right? And this is a big thing that I teach my students in improv, where it's like, you want to start a pattern that an audience can recognize because they want to hear the songs they know at the concert. Basically. But then you want to switch it just enough for comedic effect. And so I think with storylines and wrestling and many other things in arts and entertainment, if you mix it up the right way every now and then, you keep everyone on their toes. Because I promise you, Gabe, wrestling fans like us, like, we're gonna be watching wrestling in 2 or 3 years together, and there'll be like an underdog situation like that, and then you'll think that there's no way this person can beat this person, but then they'll be like, well, remember that time? Remember when Sami Zayn won at Night of Champions? So you drop that seed of doubt.
I was thinking afterwards. I was like, okay, so Dan Allison's gonna end up being King of the Ring someday.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
which is fine. Yeah, it's cool. I think the other thing. See, my problem is that last night I watched 3
Amazing
Will
wrestling
Ospreay matches.
Boy, we watched
That set my level. Well, before you even got here, I've already watched 2 Will Ospreay.
Also,
That's
the full Shawn
And
Michaels.
we watched Will Ospreay. We watched 3 Will Ospreay matches and Stone Cold versus fucking Shawn Michaels.
So, 15.
Right. So to go off of those matches and then go into this today, I think that my standard level was like way too high.
Well, listen, let me tell you, next time, Gabe, you have a date or an important meeting and you're going, you're going to get sushi somewhere, the night before, don't go and get like a better meal than that. Don't go get like
Learn
steak
that.
at tomahawk steak or whatever. It's like, let's don't outdo the moment you're building towards.
Yes. If you're going out on a date tomorrow, don't go out on a date with somebody else the night before.
Don't go out with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah,
Before you go out with Sami Zayn. Guy.
The metaphor is a little choppy there, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. You did not set yourself up for success.
I mean, buys chicken and biscuits and
Man,
sauce.
Yeah, we got the text from Gabe yesterday that Popeye is going to be catering today. So there was chicken.
And we got what's the breakfast spot turkey?
Molly's prize.
Man, that dude who owns that shit pulls a fucking fan, man. I actually, the New Orleans book that we're going to have a picture of him from his balcony.
Yeah, it's a good view. It's a good spot. But yeah, before we go, what else is on your itinerary while you're in New Orleans this week?
So I'm doing lots of things, man. I'm trying to have one of my homies, really dope graffiti writer and tattooer out here. I had a good friend pass. I was from here, and I didn't get to come see his neck of the world. He's from Lowbrow, and I lived in Hollywood. I can't speak to what I grew up and have known then, but he passed, and I'm going to find some graffiti of his still writing because I feel like it's honor code that I put him into a book. So R.I.P. Rock. I'm going to go have dinner with Bobby's family because he has a very fucking loving, like that family situation that I didn't grow up with. So anytime I can get it and like see that shit and experience it, I try to. I'm going to hop on the ferry and go have red beans and rice with my boy Chris from our bar on Monday.
Very sweet.
I'm gonna go to see some amazing comedic acts at my boy's show.
That's right. You go to the open mic Sunday night.
I'm gonna link with my dog Craig with a K, who is in an amazing second line. That will be those photos from the last trip I was here will be in the art show that's next month during Dirty Linen. And I'm gonna enjoy my time here and eat really good fucking food and be drunk and do drugs.
Okay. We love him. BEEGATS is here, honorary Norlandian, and what that you are.
Funny thing, right? Not to cut you
No,
off.
all good.
When I first got here, I love Dirty Mart for food just on my day-to-day thing, but there's the Nola Poble right around the corner.
Yeah, on Bergen.
And there's that lovely lady that will be having the Willie Nelson braids. Well, I'm lady, older lady. And I was ordering my sandwich, and I was just like, you know, you want fried shit, right? And I was like, yeah, let me get that fried chicken sandwich, but they give it with some cheese. And she starts cracking up. She's like, you from here, baby? And I'm like, nah. I was down there a lot. She's like, the only people that live here said, but maybe, you know what I mean? And now when I'm doing there, I get the local discount and shit.
There we go.
And you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I love that. Shout out to all the boys.
I love this city.
Yeah, dude, the city loves you. Gabe, tell the audience a little bit more about what's happening next month with Dirty Linen.
Well, we have a show between now and Dirty Linen that opens July 10th. So that'll be our next thing. I'm on vacation for another week. Today is my first day of not looking at my laptop, theoretically. So I've got a few days of being worthless and writing, which will be exciting.
Great. So what is the next show?
Next show is Signals from Elsewhere,
Signals from Elsewhere, and it opens when?
July 10th.
July 10th.
Yeah.
Great.
And then Dirty Linen is, I think, the 8th or 9th, or it's just under a month from then. I can't remember what I'm calling that show. I've got a show title for it, but I can't remember right now. But that's going to be an auction platform too. The line for that is a healthy mix of local folks and then folks from out of town. We've got Gaps in that one. We've got Alex Shaffer. Alex Shaffer will be here in town with his wife for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got am I hearing something?
Nice. You're
You're
Oh,
I think we ended this at the perfect time.
oh yeah, we gotta end this because and on that
some
note,
shit.
is enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
first one ends in 2 months.
Great.
Hey, thank y'all for having me, man.
Of course, BEGATS. Thank y'all for watching. This is the Mortal Machine podcast. Like, subscribe. We'll put BEGATS info in the show notes as well as info on the next show. And all you got to do to help us out is tell a friend about this. And for real, liking and subscribing does a lot to help us grow this thing. And buy art from mortalmachinenola.com. Gabe, final words of today's episode.
I hope Damon isn't eating my house right now. I gotta get out of here.